This past weekend, they had Adele, right? Great singer, as we all know. She's in Las Vegas. She's doing her residency, and she had a really great show that went on last weekend, right? Now, June 1st is the start of Pride Month, right? Now, she's a big supporter of the LGBTQ community, right? Always has been, and she stands up for them and for their rights and everything, which is great, right? It's cool, right? You know? So she was at her performance, and as she was talking to the audience, she was saying, hey, I'm glad you guys are all here. You know, we've had a nice long work week, and you guys are out here, you know, enjoying yourselves. And so she was just getting ready to put on a great show, right? Now, while she's talking or whatever, and as I said, it's Pride Month, a heckler out in the audience, right, says, Pride sucks! Boy, KO.
Wow.
She heard that.
Okay.
And she went off on this dude.
Wow.
She went off on this dude, and let me see what she said. Oh my God. This was, honestly, it was crazy, and she shouldn't have said it. Well, no, she should have said it because that's what he said, right? So Adele, she said, did you come to my effing show and just say that Pride sucks? That sinner said, and then she said, are you effing stupid? She called him stupid, right? And all the audience people, right, they was like, yo, going after him. So she embarrassed the hell out of this guy. But everyone was supporting. It's like, yeah, because you can't say that about the community, right? It's Pride Month. So she was pointing him out and saying, happy Pride Month to everybody except for you, right? And everyone was laughing, roaring, supporting her, and doing what she needed to do. So come to find out, after she went off on him, he didn't say Pride sucks. He said, after they played back the videotape, he said work sucks. Because she was talking, hey, listen, after a long work week, we're all here to enjoy yourselves and stuff like that, right? So everybody was going for her online saying, oh my God, she made a huge mistake, okay? Now, I guess my question to you is, because a lot of people online are saying, why bring politics into this and not, you know, all these issues coming up? They just want to be entertained. And you're talking about Pride Month and things like that, whatever. That's what some people are saying. Now, do you think Adele was wrong for sticking up for the LGBT community? And you think she was right to bring all of this stuff up into a performance that was strictly supposed to be just for entertainment factors? Like, what do you think?
Well, so her response to the heckler or the the person in the audience, the concert goer, the fact that she got it wrong, she misheard. I don't have any issue with that. Her yelling out and saying what she said, that was in response, right? Even though she got it wrong.
But she was wrong.
No, but she didn't know that she was wrong. So therefore, my point is, I don't think she's wrong for responding or saying what she said. If someone, like, that's a reaction. She didn't start yelling that out, right? That's a reaction. So she responded to what she thought she heard. I have any issue with that. Someone pulls you into it, right? Pulls you she got pulled into it. At least she thought that she did. She misheard it. But here's the great thing about it. She misunderstood what he said, but the fact that she stood up for the community makes her look great, right? Because it's like she essentially stood up to what could be defined as a bully, and she stood up for folks, and so that's a good day, right? So yep, I totally missed it. I didn't. I misunderstood what he said. But what you did see is a reflection of how I really feel. So kudos to that. Now to the gentleman who I misunderstood, here's some free tickets. Here's a...
That hasn't happened.
Well, then I think somebody, Adele, or someone on her team needs to kind of step up and do the right thing by old boy. Who knows when she found out, when they did whatever. But they take care of God, because in this climate with facial recognition, the whole world can find out who he is, right? Find out who he is, voice recognition, people contacting his job and all kind of stuff. So I think
a public apology needs to be happening. Yeah, she needs to apologize, just like Pat did.
Absolutely, public apology, all of that, right? Like it doesn't seem like it came from a bad place.
But it's not going to happen, Kay.
Why wouldn't it happen?
I don't see her apologizing.
You know what?
And why?
Why?
Because he's just a guy like you and I.
Well, but so it's a fan of hers, right? Still a fan. It's somebody that went to her show, someone that's supporting her, someone that was giving an affirmation to something that she was saying, right? He says, "Yep, work sucks." All that happened was she misunderstood him. So the right thing to do, should you
make sure you've heard it right before you yell out and say "F you" to someone? Shouldn't you make 100% sure?
No. You hear what you think you hear. You heard what you thought you heard. So you respond to that, right? Like in the course of how we interact and people talk, you say something to me, I just respond. People don't ask you to repeat everything that you say. Conversation is dialogue. Someone says something and you respond.
Yeah.
But I don't see it as a horrible thing. I think the response, the follow-up is where you're like, hey, this is the part where you kind of need to make everything right.
Right.
And I would be a little bit disappointed in Adele, her and her team, if they didn't. If they didn't do something to kind of fix this and so on, because it really does have a good ending to it. Now, as far as your other part of your question about using that platform,
right?
Listen, it's a show, man. Like, I've gone to a number of concerts, and performers will often use that platform to convey any number of messages.
Yeah, but I didn't pay to hear
surrounding
you talk about that.
Something that they support. Do I like it? Nope. I went there for the music. I went there to hear that song. I don't want all of that other stuff, right? Now, so I'm not a fan of it, but I'm not surprised at it. And I've seen any number of artists come out and use platforms like that and kind of get involved. And especially, listen, you're going to probably see a lot more of it. We're in an election year. So you kind of start seeing artists go there and you see what side of the line they kind of fall on and what issues they align with, what interest groups they're down with.
Right.
So it's just the byproduct of who we are and what we are as a society. But it's been something that's been going on for a long time. Listen, in the 70s when the Vietnam War was going on, they were up there saying the same thing. Whether you're for it or against it, you probably had concerts where artists were going up there and advocating for war, not against it. So it just happens. Right?
Yeah, Woodstock, all these concerts, those crazy things that's going on and stuff like that. I feel like these celebrities should start telling you what they're going to be talking about in these concerts. Because then some concert goer just sued Madonna because one of her concerts was too sexually explicit. Right? So people are paying for these concerts because all they want to do is see a performance. They want to hear the music. They want to hear the singing. They know Adele has a beautiful voice and they just want to hear that. And then a lot of people online, they were commenting and just saying, yeah, we don't want to hear about that. Some people are not down with the LGBT community. They're just not, some people, they don't feel like, some people do feel that pride sucks. Some people it's not us, right? But some people do. So I can see their side that, listen, just sing, just perform, just like you said. Yeah, you agree with it too. We're just paying to see something like take that time and just sing another song. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about that.
Right.
Listen, the community, the gay community. Listen, they got a lot to be proud of, and I like everything that they're doing today, and their rights need to be shown and to be heard and everything. So it's a good thing, but I could see the other side, which is a little bit crazy. But it was just way more embarrassing that Adele just came out of her face and went at him so hardcore, and then she has not apologized yet. And even if she does, I hope she doesn't do it in a quiet way. I think she needs to make a big fact about it. I think she needs to do it publicly, right? And say, hey, go on her IG page or whatever and make a statement. Hey, I messed up that night. I called this person out of their face saying, that pride sucks, and they didn't say that. Like, Put it
Right.
out there, right?
Yeah.
When you especially when you mess up that bad.
Right,
If
right.
I messed up that bad, if I mess up and I embarrassed you or something, okay, my bad. I messed up. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
and in this case, it can be a lighthearted moment too. It doesn't even have to be heavy, right?
Right.
Like to your point, you can come out. Oh, I really put my foot in it on this one, and do something nice, a follow up, free tickets, whatever that is. Do that. She will be better off endearing herself with current fans and maybe picking up a few extra ones